Alright guys, join me. Let's do this. We got some deacons to murder, and then a lot more murder to do. That's right, it's time. Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 3 Kita Edition. As we head forth. Down into and towards our first boss fight in a while, actually. It's been quite some time since we fought a boss. I think a few episodes ago. That's kind of just the nature of this area and the fact that I explored for Farron Keep, and then I explored all the Cathedral of the Deep. Basically, I explored 2 entire areas without going to their bosses in the past 2 episodes, so as a result of that, we'll probably have a couple of bosses to tackle this episode. I'd be highly surprised if we don't have time for both. But I'm prepped. I'm prepared. For this upcoming fight, we want Alluring Skulls if you really want to have an easy way to deal with this, as this boss is a lot about management. So something, if you notice here, we have a couple deacons. Everyone's kind of like looking up to that shrine and sort of praying towards it, it would appear to me at least. And ow, dude, that hurt. That really hurt. Please don't do that. Anyways, let me finish what I wanted to talk about. Guy, Cathedral Knight. Let's see if we have anything. When Horus the Hushed can be summoned for this boss, as well as Henri of Astora. I don't think it really does anything. Yeah, and this is just lots of people want to help out with bosses. That's alright. We can do this on our own. These Deacons of the Deep, which is your boss management, essentially. This is going to be managing a lot of enemies. So I guess enemy management, excuse me, which is why the Alluring Skull is going to come in handy here. Because when you got a lot of peeps to manage, why not distract them with an Alluring Skull? Also, we have a new Deacon here, this really heavy-set, overweight one. This guy is, at least the first time I believe we've seen one of these ones of this weight class. He's coming in, weight class for boxing. He's gonna come right up and, well, coming in at a total of 300 pounds. It's the Deacon of the Deep. I like boxing, for those who don't know. I think I've mentioned it before that I like boxing a lot in my Let's Plays. One day, my dream of dreams is to have Mike Tyson on the Punch-Out Super Show. So if any of you guys know Mike Tyson personally, give him a call. Tell him Dave wants him for a Punch-Out Super Show, and make sure he does it. That's like my, I don't know, my it's never going to happen dream, I suppose. Keep on dreaming, dreamer. Keep on dreaming. This new mic I've been using to record audio has been incredibly uncomfortable to record with. So if you guys haven't noticed, by the way, I have not heard this boss once. So the way I like to deal with this boss is I like to take out a bunch of the mobs around him first. They do continuously respawn, so it's an ever-respawning boss fight. However, you can pretty well limit the number of them if you do what I'm doing. At least if you do it a little bit better, because I haven't done the best of job right now doing it, but anyways, I like to take out a bunch of these guys first, just so there's less of them to deal with. Again, it's that mob management. And if you kill the one that has the red flame on it, that's how you're actually going to hurt it. So you don't really have to do what I'm doing at all. You don't have to take care of any of these guys, really. You can just go straight for the guy with the flame, and then you'll hurt him, but then you have to deal with all these mobs that are constantly respawning and hurting you, so that's sort of the issue with doing it that way. Now, they're also going to be spawning from the left and right here, which is what you can see over there. So they're really spawning from every direction. It is truly a mob of epic proportions! Wow, apparently, maybe because I hit him because he was raising up, but he didn't take many hits at all. Other thing you have to worry about with this boss, especially since I'm using a katana here, is if you notice my, the fragility of my weapon, it's pretty low. My durability. So you actually have to worry about your weapon potentially breaking with this boss fight if you handle it this way, especially depending on the level of your weapon. So because my weapon's not super high leveled, I do have to kind of worry about it. I hope that counted for hurting this guy. Not sure if it did, though. Now, I don't know if it's an issue that I've been killing all these guys and that's actually causing more from the outskirts to rise up. I actually don't know. But I feel like this helps. Okay, so here was the thing that I was trying to deal with, is the fact that you're going to have the main Archdeacon rise up here. So that's actually an Archdeacon in the middle who's rising up. And I was trying with all my might to make it so once he rose, I'd have less of these guys to deal with. Now, this is the point where it's good to use a Alluring Skull. Stop it! God, it's so frustrating when they're all throwing flames at you. Anyways, throw an Alluring Skull, and it's going to distract all of them outside of the main Archdeacon here. At least it should distract most of them, which is why you want your Alluring Skull. So we're going to do that. We're going to keep on distracting them. Whoa, oh. Also, if they all get their black mass there, I think that heals the main Archdeacon. They definitely can heal the main Archdeacon, like 100%, but I think it has to do with them summoning that black mass that they're summoning that kind of abyssiness. Also kind of an abyss connection there, the fact that they start summoning that swirling blackness. But we're going to be killing this guy for the smarts as opposed to the lore. So I'm sorry I didn't really go 100% for the lore by having him attack me, but that's the way you want to deal with him, in my opinion. So there you go, Deacons of the Deep. We get a small doll, and we get Soul of the Deacons of the Deep, as well as a bonfire. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. So the small doll is actually going to be in our inventory here, in our key items. Small silver work doll depicting a young squire. In the legendary old city of Irithyll, situated in the Boreal Valley, the Pontiff Sullivan gave this doll to valued subjects so that they might use it to cross the barrier when they return home. Listen carefully, and you can hear it say, "Wherever you go, the moon still sets in Irithyll. Wherever you may be, Irithyll is your home." Interesting thing about the moon setting in Irithyll, being that we know that Gwendolyn has a connection with the moon. So that's one character that we know has a connection with the moon. Other thing here, though, is Pontiff Sullivan mentioned again here. Pontiff Sullivan giving it to his subjects. So interesting, we find it here at what is Aldrich's tomb, which I guess I should have shown off in that moment, which we'll find out in 1 second. Speaking of Aldrich's tomb, let's look at the souls of the Deacon of the Deep, or Deacons of the Deep. After Aldrich left for the Boreal Valley, Archdeacon Royce remained in the cathedral with the high priest to keep eternal watch over their master's coffin. And what do you have right in front of us here? Why, look, it is Aldrich's coffin. Massive thing there. Aldrich's coffin. So, yeah, that's the fact that we find this small doll here in front of the coffin is interesting. Other thing to note that I think is worth noting is that the comic, whether you take it for canon or not, I personally do not take it for canon, but there's a Dark Souls 3 comic. I can't talk today. There's a Dark Souls 3 comic that has been slowly being released, and I'll talk about this in just a moment. I'm going to load and reload the area. You'll see. Be back in a moment. Alright, so back to what I was saying about the Dark Souls 3 comic. So personally, I do not take it as canon. As far as I know, it's not written or has anything to do with the From Software team. I think Bandai Namco likely commissioned it, but again, I don't know. Regardless, though, in the comic, Aldrich is in the comic and has the small doll with him. Regardless if you take that or as canon or not, I just found it was interesting to point out. At least a character named Aldrich is in it, and he has a doll. Anyways, by loading and coming back to this area, we find a dead Archdeacon Royce here. And let's go ahead and grab his Archdeacon White Crown, Archdeacon Holy Garb, Archdeacon Skirt. Again, that's indicating that that was indeed Archdeacon Royce. So, it wasn't just my speculation, just throwing that out there. Alright. Archdeacon White Crown. Of the 3 Archdeacons of the Deep, one cast off his white crown and left the cathedral to stand by Aldrich. And then we have... same thing here. One of the 3 Archdeacons of the Deep, One stood over Aldrich's casket with hope that he would return one day. Another thing here, holy garb worn by the Archdeacon of the Cathedral of the Deep, a sign of the Way of White's highest rank. And again, presented solely to delegates of the gods here. I find this interesting, though. Something I didn't notice before is of the 3 Archdeacons of the Deep, one cast off his white crown and left the cathedral to stand by Aldrich. I wonder if that has to do with a different Archdeacon that we haven't met yet. Although it's interesting we're finding it on this specific one. I think it does. I think I know which Archdeacon it's referring to. I don't think it's this specific one, who I believe is Archdeacon Royce, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, the thing I want to point out, though, is that it's a sign of the Way of the White's highest rank. So, again, another connection with the Way of the White. So, that to me, we've seen lots and lots of Way of the White stuff here. It indicates to me that the Aldrich was a saint of the Way of the White. So, that is the indicator to me. Alright guys, I'm going to head back to Firelink Shrines. We got some stuffs to do there. See you guys in a moment. Come on, Henri. Alright, cool. So, when I came here before, right, because I was loading in here to go back to the cathedral so I could get that set from the Archdeacon to show off, I noticed as I was loading out that Henri was here, and I was like, oh crap, I hope that she doesn't choose to leave because I left Firelink Shrine. Fortunately, she is still here, so let's go ahead and chat with her. Hey, Horace. You got lots of interesting stuff to say, huh? Are you guys just mad at me because I didn't summon you? Is that what it is? Hey, Henri.
Oh, and we meet again. We spoke before on the Road of Sacrifices. Henri of Astora. I'm well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
So I'm assuming the pilgrims she's referring to are like Yoel. Yoel is considered a pilgrim, one of those types of characters. Not sure who the pilgrim who told her was, unless it's like a Yoel. Actually, oh, I think it probably is. Now that I think about it, oh, yep. So it's definitely that is who told her about that. But yeah, so we're realizing we just got to the Cathedral of the Deep, which is where we heard from Henri. This is where Aldrich supposedly resided. He was in the Cathedral of the Deep, but he's not there. And we're finding out that it's because he apparently went home to Irithyll, and that's where he came from before he went to the Cathedral of the Deep. It was Irithyll. So, that's where that small doll again relates to it.
Aldrich's honest home is Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
Alright, so now we gotta head back towards Farron Keep, and that's the area that I cleared out before. And before I do that, I do have to die a bunch of times to continue the storyline with Yoel of Londor, because if we... Apparently, I've been hearing telltale that apparently it's not if you kill the boss, but if you kill the thing after the boss, or not kill the thing after the boss. It's not if you kill the boss, it's if you enter the area after the boss that ruins the Yoel of Londor quest line. Regardless, I don't want to take that risk. I do not want to take that risk. But we have more things to do. Alright, so you don't have anything new for me. I don't know if you do, though. You.
Aha, you found her brilliant. I knew you were no ordinary man.
Apparently I had not. So since I went and killed the Darkstalker and got that red eye, the red eye orb from killing him, now we get the applause gesture. How about that?
Now invade and pillage all you like. And if you grow weary of your duty, you too may become a finger. Come on, give yourself to Rosaria of the Cathedral of the Deep.
So we find out that he's a finger of Rosaria's covenant, that we now know what that is.
Now invade and come
And that's all that he's got for us. So he seems pretty evil, and maybe that's indicative of what the fingers are like, who are part of Rosaria. Perhaps. Mayhaps. I think I just want to double check and make sure Yoel's still doing grooving. Yep, Yoel is. Cool. All right. So, I want all my souls still, but we got some other things to do. Now, there's a character that I sort of missed, but I didn't miss, and you're going to see that in just a moment. So, I finally want to use the tower key that I got, and it's the Deacons of the Deep that opens up this, beating the Deacons of the Deep that opens this up. Also, we get another See the Giant. I don't think I've gotten one before, have I, in this game? Oh, I haven't. All right, so because I got invaded, apparently if you get invaded, it makes it so See the Giant appears. So, it makes enemies react to invaders. That's what it did in Dark Souls 2. A lot of fun to have. If someone invades you, pop one of these babies, and all the enemies are going to start attacking them. The giant trees were also known as Watcher trees, and their seeds unmask invaders. When used effectively, these seeds will help counter dark spirits. All right, you guys ready for some fun lore? Yeah, I know you are. Remember how we bought that tower key? Well, there's an event up here that only activates after you beat the Deacons of the Deep, which is why I was waiting to go up here. I mean, you can go up here anyways. I just wanted to go up here when the event activated and might as well just wait for it. Before I do that, though, let's go ahead and kick down this ladder because we can. I also want to show you guys this over here.
Me, pickle pea. Me, bumperum.
Alright, so this is the new Snuggly the Crow. We sort of heard him, whatever, before in the area below that I kind of snuck into by using the glitch. However, I wanted to wait until I got up here, and I wanted to show off the reason that I kept and didn't use the Sig Brew. Apparently it's Sig Brew, not Sig Brow. At least I think that's how you pronounce it, is Sig Brew. Anyways, we are going to leave one of them here for Pumperum, for Pickle P.
Bumperum. Bumperum.
Mai, are you excited? To give us the Armor of the Sun! Praise the sun, baby! Check that out! I don't think I had the Praise the Sun gesture, though. Let's find out. I don't believe I do. Nope. Yo, why? He was just kind of freaking out for a moment. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at our Armor of the Sunset. The choice attire of a singular Knight of Sunlight from the previous age, the symbol was painted by the Knight himself, but the armor never bore any special powers, sacred or otherwise. And that's basically what we knew from Dark Souls 1, but this is how you get his armor. You can actually get more of his armor set by trading more various things to Pickle P. I don't remember them offhand what the other ones are, but I think that, you know, the armor itself is the coolest bit. So now that we got this, we can continue on. This is something you could have done at any point once you get the tower key and go up here. I just was like, all right, I'll wait. So this isn't the event I was talking about, just so you guys are aware. But finally we can go into this giant tower that was locked from the other side where the master stood. And let's go ahead and see what lies at the top. And make sure I've got all my items equipped that I want. I do. Delish. All right, so at the top, we find this body with, and if you look at it, by the way, this is the body of a firekeeper. You can tell by she has that thing around her eyes because she's blind. It's the exact same attire. A firekeeper's soul. And let's go ahead and take a look at this, which would be in key items this time. Unlike Dark Souls 1. Soul of a firekeeper who returned from the abyss. At least I think it was a consumable of Dark Souls 1. Anyways, soul of a firekeeper who is said to have returned from the abyss. So indicating this firekeeper seemed to, at some point, somehow have traveled into the abyss. This firekeeper preserves the bonfire and serves its champion. She is said to have soothed and accepted the dark sigil, which has tainted her soul. And yet her soul will one day embed itself in the bosom of another firekeeper. So, dark sigil is this darkness that we have, the darkness of humanity, which relates directly to the abyss, as the abyss is related to, in my opinion, humanity going crazy. It's like is the dark is humanity essentially. So, anyways, by giving this to a Firekeeper, she can actually cure your Dark Sigil and get rid of this Dark Sigil. However, that is going to ruin the Yoel of Laundra storyline. So do not use it if you don't want to ruin Yoel of Laundra's storyline. Yeah, so that way she can actually soothe your soul. But we're starting to find out more about the Firekeepers here. So that's what that does. And by the way, guys, you can also kind of like travel around this whole thing by going around this way. There's nothing there. I've searched and been very disappointed and sad. Although I do want to see if there's any cool views we can look at from here. Just a Lothric Castle over there. That's it. And, you know, the graves down there. The Cemetery of Ash. Alright. Let's go ahead and head back down. Because, boy, am I feeling good. I feel like I could just praise the sun right now with this soul. And if...
Sorry, friend. Be more careful. By the gods, curiosity is going to kill you, kittens. Some places are better left alone, you know. Oh, sorry. Am I a tad too late?
You son of a bitch, Patches. You son of a bitch! So, Patches is back. And this is... So, there's an event where he'll come at some point wearing Sigurd of Katarina's armor. I actually have never activated it, and I have to figure out how. So, regardless, that's something that can happen where he's like tromping around in Sigurd's armor and pretending to be Sigurd. I actually have missed it every time. So I probably should have looked up how to get it before I did this, but oh well. So if you miss it, killing the Deacons of the Deep will activate Patches showing up here. And you cannot open the door back up. Let's go ahead and talk to him again.
Have no fear. There's beauty in death. Besides, you're surrounded by ladies. Every man's dream, right? Oh, no matter. I'll look after things. By stripping every last trinket off your corpse, you're gonna make some lucky customer very happy. By stripping every last trinket, you're gonna make...
Alright, so there we go. Patches being Patches. Exact same Patches from the previous Souls games. Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1. Because Dark Souls 2 we didn't have him, we had Pate instead, who was actually okay. Alright, so what to do? What to do? Well, we can go down. As you can see, there is a path for you to go down this way. And there's an item down there. Or there's a jump over here, which is a difficult jump to make. I miss it a lot. But, yeah, if you miss it, you're going to die. So, actually, maybe you won't. Let me try actually equip. Do I have... Oh, I don't have it. Never mind. I don't have Hush. If you have Hush, you can use that. Or, not Hush. What is it? There's one that you can... There's a spell you can use which makes you don't take drop damage. There's also a ring you can get so you don't take drop damage. I have neither, so we're going to just have to make the jump, right? Right. All right. Let's do this thing. To the left. Oh, I made it! Woo! Woo! Alright. So, part of the reason that I wasn't killing myself yet to finish Yoel's questline and get more levels was because I figured I would screw this up and die. Anyways, another Firekeeper is here. So we find yet another Firekeeper, and we get the Firekeeper set. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Firekeeper robe. The Firekeepers were robbed of light to better serve as vessels for souls. Only those who cherished the writhing, searing darkness were given the Keeper's black attire. This is probably why they have blindfolds on, I would assume, is so they're completely robbed of light in order to better serve. Interesting, only those who cherish the writhing, searing darkness were given the Keeper's black attire, so a lot you have to do to become a Firekeeper. Seems like a grueling thing. I don't know why anyone would want to become a Firekeeper, but I think it's just entrenched in things like the Way of White and all that. So let's go ahead and drop down a little bit further. Glug up some Estus. And why, what do we have here? Oh crap, that is a lot of dead Firekeepers here. a lot of dead firekeepers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tower key again. The bell tower is the grave of firekeepers past. When a firekeeper has served her purpose, she is led to true darkness, where she enjoys a long-deserved sleep, which apparently is also known as death. Let's also go ahead and pull out my torch, and you can see that there's even more of them scattered about here. So tons and tons of dead firekeepers who would almost seem to be just kind of tossed down here, like a lot of them. But I mean, there are gravestones, so we also get the Estus ring here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Estus ring. A green ring crafted from shards, increase HP restored by Estus flask. I love using this. The ring was entrusted to a certain firekeeper, but in the end, she never met her champion. An ensuing tragic farce became a favorite tale of the masses. Alright, I don't need the Bloodblight ring. That's all good. Let's go ahead and switch that out for the Estus ring, so I can get more healing every time I heal. It's basically, you know, I could do +1s and all that, but I could just kind of skip one. And yeah, so basically what this would indicate is that this has been going on for a long ass time. Long time. So, and when I say like this, I mean that the way that they've been doing all these cycles and such in this manner, at least that's what this indicates to me, is that, you know, this whole concept of the way that we're doing things with like the Lords of Cinder and all that have been going on for a long fucking time, all right? Like, I can't even count how many firekeepers are in there, and that's like every time they have to renew a cycle. So at least like this specific style of cycles. So that's yeah, that's what that would seem to be. That's what that would seem to be to me. Indicating. All right, we got some more stuff to do. We got some more things to do related to patches before we do the Yoel stuff, since I actually am going to need my souls. Patches is now back down here. Patches, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Ah, oh, you're alive. Now, hold your horses. Let's have a nice talk about this. I'll come clean. I did you wrong. I didn't mean it, though. Not one bit. You get these urges, running the business and all, and I hate myself for it. I do. You know what I mean. Terrible, really. But I can see you'll forgive me. You're alive, after all. And that's what counts, right?
No, actually. Go screw yourself. I hate you.
Oh, for heaven's sake, no need to jest with a face like that. You're still alive, and I'm here grovelling in the dirt, so to speak. Oh, I know. Here, a token of my sincerity. Right and proper, huh?
Yay, a rusted gold coin. It actually makes sense for him because it gives you more luck for getting items. So, good drop from Patches.
We're just a couple of outcasts. Let's make the best of it.
What I mean to say is that it's a decent thing that we're getting from him. I mean, I have a bunch of them, so it's not like I need it, but it increases item drop frequency. And for a scavenger like Patches, it makes a lot of sense that he would have that. So how you get the prostration gesture.
Ah, I see you've met Greenwood. The slinking rodent. But he did me a good turn back in Lothric Dungeon. Doubtless I should do something about that little dead. Well, maybe not. Well, I can hardly believe he's still standing.
Interesting. Like, that doesn't matter much, but it's just funny that he knows Grey Rat. I mean, it kind of makes sense, being that they're both thieves, and they know each other from Earthbound Dungeon.
Ah, I see you've met the slinking rodent.
Or Lothric Dungeon, rather. My mistake. Because Grey Rat was in Lothric, so that would make way more sense. If we look at his items, though, we can purchase from him the Katarina set. How did you get your hands on that, Patches, I wonder? Often ridiculed for its onion-like shape, infuriating the country's proud knights, but the masterfully forged curved design makes it very effective for deflecting bows. And it is worn by the Knights of Katarina. So, there you go. An unusual style of round shield peculiar to the Knights of Katarina. The center of the shield features a large sharpened spike which is used to skewer opponents. We're going to buy all of them from him. Although I can't quite afford all of them.
Thanks, good compere.
Alright, so this is actually why I didn't want to die. It's because I didn't want to waste my souls. I wanted to keep my souls so I can buy all this stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and use 2 of these. Why not? That should give me enough, I would imagine. More than enough. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to finish buying off the set. And while we're at it, because we can afford it, we're going to buy his horse hoof ring. Boost kick effect. An old ring with a seal depicting a horse's hoof. Boost kick effects. Unbreakable Patches adored this ring and the feeling that it gave it him when he kicked his marks into the depths of treacherous traps, but suffered no shortage of ridicule from his associates for relying so heavily on the tired old trick. But who is the sorrier? The horse who knows only to kick, or the fool who approaches the old beast without thought? It's funny, though, that it's just like making reference to the fact that he always kicks people down things.
Thanks, good.
At least in Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, he did it like in both games. So if you're going for your ring collection, you can buy for that from him. I believe you kill him, he actually drops that as a kill him thing. But let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and kill ourselves. Why not? So I'm just going to do it right here. And I'm going to kill myself a couple times. Because, good feelings and all that. So I'm going to speed this up. See you guys later. Alright, Yoel, there should be one more level for me.
Oh, our champion, I would do anything for my master. Just say the word.
Okay, I want you to do more for me.
As I have said, but we
Alright, you got nothing. You got nothing new. Alright, I want my strength at 15. That's going to allow me to use the weapon I've been wanting to use. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright, so we now need to... We have 4 dark sigils. We need a total of 5, so I need to kill myself 2 more times. Also, I don't think I'm looking too hollow yet. Let's look at my face. No, not yet. So, let's go ahead and change that up. Let's get ugly. So, that's what happens if you hollow out. You look disgusting, or bloodshot eyes with gross, and your face is starting to sink in, so you're starting to look legitimately hollowed. Also, if you take off your shirt, you can see that, hey, look what we have there. It's the mark from Dark Souls 1, and it's back in the same spot. So as opposed to the spiral that was in Dark Souls 2, you have that same mark over your chest, that dark mark. So let's cover that shit up. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. I'm just gonna hurl as I look at myself. All right, Yoel, I did this for you.
Oh, I would. Then
let's draw some more strength. All right, what do I want? What do I want? Do I want some more endurance? Do I want some more dexterity? Let's actually go with endurance this time. I feel like I need some more of that. All right, so now you notice that Droud's true strength is still there. It's because if we try to...
you have attained ample strength. All will soon be clear, my good lord. As I have said.
All right, so that's all he's got. So
be safe.
we got enough strength from him to have 5 dark sigils, essentially. I think that was the main thing. So he's just been pulling the darkness straight out and into us. So let's go ahead and reload Firelink Shrine and see what we got for us. Alright, we've reloaded Firelink Shrine now that I've teased out all my strength. And let's see what's going on now. Why, look. Yoel of Londor is now dead. And here's the thing with Yoel. If you go ahead and fight that boss that I was saying that I didn't want to fight, he will die anyway. So he's going to die no matter what. But if you tease out strength from him 5 times, he's going to die. If you beat that boss that's coming up in Farron Keep, he will also die. However, Yuri of Londor over here only shows up if you tease out enough strength before killing that boss. So killing out that boss will make it so Yuri of Londor will not show up. Unless you did this enough times, and unless you got Dark Sigils 5 times before going to that specific boss, this upcoming boss. So now we can talk to Yuria of Londor over here.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yoel's master? I am Yuria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yoel's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
So they seem to be pretty happy about this. And we get a dignified bow. Another gesture.
Another matter. Thou'rt a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
So we're getting this thing of the people of Londor wanting to serve us. And we've been hearing a bunch of stuff about Londor, so let's see if she has anything else to say.
Oh, good Hollow. I'm afraid I must say, Orbeck of Vinheim is a cause of much consternation. He proclaimeth himself Lord of Hollows. If left alone, he may one day imperil thy rule. Fall to this matter yearly, else we are unraveled. Decisiveness is the mark of a true monarch.
Alright, so now we're getting this thing about Orbeck of Vinheim proclaiming like King of Lord of the Hollows, and she wants him dead because of that. However, Orbeck ran away in my game, so whoops. Wait, no he didn't. Never mind, I made sure he stayed. A different game of mine, I accidentally screwed up, made it so he runs away. So anyways, she wants us to kill Orbeck. So, yeah.
Orbeck of Vinheim.
What does she got for us? All this stuff from Londor. So, a purging stone. Inhabitants of Londor, the land of hollows, use this secret treasure to feign normalcy. Occasionally, a hollow fools even himself and turns on his own kind. So, the purging stone will make it so you reduce your hollow buildup. It doesn't get rid of Dark Sigil, but it makes it so you don't have that hollowing anymore and you don't look so ugly. And then you can trick people. But Londor is this land of hollows. Poison throwing knife, used by assassins of Londor, land of hollows. The poison is jokingly known as Hollow's blood, because it poisons you, eh? Londor Braille Divine Tome, which we're going to purchase from her. A Braille Tome of Londor, first spoken by Lillian of the Sable Church of Londor, that is. Give this to a storyteller to learn miracles of Londor. This is a forbidden tome, as it offers salvations to all hollows and conversely curses all things living. So they seem to have some sort of mission going on where they want salvation for hollows, but it's going to screw everybody else over. So the hollows are almost like rising up now on their own. All right, let's go ahead and purchase that. Soul Arrow, Heavy Soul Arrow, those are things that kind of relate to the fact that these are like Vinheim stuff, which is interesting. I don't think that has anything specifically crazy, though, in the lore. Dark Hand, this was from the Dark Wraiths, or Darkstalkers. Dark Wraiths are their actual name, I believe. I think I called this Darkstalker before. Anyways, this is from the Dark Wraiths of Dark Souls 1. This is something you could get as a drop from them. Something Koth, who is all about humans taking over and the rule of humans and you doing the dark ending in Dark Souls 1. This is related to that. So weapon that allows its wielder to evoke an art unique to Londor, the land of the hollow. It is also said to be an ancient relic of a primordial serpent, referring to Koth from Dark Souls 1. The Dark Hand mercilessly saps the essence of his victims and can also double as a special shield. Cannot be two-handed. Since you have no humanity in this game, because it would take humanity in Dark Souls 1, this time embrace the victim and steal their HP. Can only be used against humans. Untrue Dark Ring. One of the illusory rings worn by the Hollows of Londor. Retain human appearance while hollow. That's also includes for when you're in someone else's game, which is pretty cool. So if you join someone else's game, you don't look hollow. The Hollows of Londor, and also, like, for me, if I don't want to look ugly, I can just wear this and still be hollow. The Hollows of Londor are wretchedly aged, fraught with deceit, and dubiously secretive. It is no wonder that they are deeply detested. We also get the Untrue White Ring, which is more so something that you would do. Take the appearance of a phantom. So, Untrue Dark Ring is going to make it so you just look like a human, even if you get summoned by someone. The Untrue White Ring is going to make it look like you appear like a white phantom, so you can screw people over, invade someone's game and then be a white phantom and play around with people, because they're going to think you're on their side, unless they're smart because they see that they were invaded. Alright, so, and then we get a Ring of Sacrifice, which relates to Velka. So that's also interesting, because some people have been questioning if maybe Velka, the goddess of sin, is what they worship at Londor. Anyways, a bunch of interesting stuff from her.
Honorable. If left
I was wondering, she might have some other dialogue, but we have one more thing I want to check out before we leave Firelink Shrine, and then there is another thing I want to check out from her, but we do have yet more. Yes, yes indeed. I know what you're saying. You're like, Dave, how could we have even more? Well, we do. Patch is a squatting, and I want to get his gesture. Yes.
Oh, yes, aren't you glad? Can't find it.
Oh, yeah. Actually, does he have anything else to say to us? Nope.
Nope.
I love the Pasha Squad. I think it's just hilarious that we can now use it. So, the applause is also great, but the Pasha Squad, man. Pasha Squad is so good. Oh, it's so good! Even though I'm this ugly, gross thing. God, I gotta put on, like, a face mask so nobody knows. Don't look at me! I don't want you to know how ugly I am. It's not too bad when I wear this. Not too bad. My beloved ragged mask. Alright, so I'm gonna okay. Another thing, too, is we can give the Firekeeper soul to the Firekeeper. I'm not sure if this screws over the questline or not for Yoel of Londor. Or Yuri of Londor, I should say. Now it's Yuri of Londor's questline. If you cure your Dark Sigil, it does. Giving a Firekeeper a Firekeeper soul, I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and find out. Why not? Why not find out?
Welcome home. Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all.
Firekeeper is now able to heal the Dark Sigil.
Forgive me, sister. May the flames guide thy way.
So you can do it, but it costs a whole lot of souls. A lot of souls.
Farewell, may the
Alright, I don't think she has anything new to say in the talk. Nope, she does not. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and reload Firelink Shrine just to double check on a bunch of things. So I will be right back. Alright, this is the moment of truth with Yuri of Londor. Do you hate me or not?
Speak on Orbeck of Vin.
Nope. Alright, good. Cool. So, it is confirmed. You can give the Firekeeper soul to the Firekeeper and not piss off Yuri of Londor. However, if you heal your Dark Sigil, you will piss her off, and she will not speak with you again, and you will ruin it being able to do that quest line. Alright, so I actually am going to head back to the Cathedral of the Deep, and you guys will see why. I'll see you shortly. So, going back to the Cleansing Chapel, actually, not the Cathedral of the Deep. And
Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Anyone at all?
so it turns out our elite lovable goof, Seaward, has fallen down a well. Psst, don't tell him. Guys, don't tell him that I sold his Sieg brew for a fucking shirt.
Oh. I know that voice. Just how long has it been? It's me, Siegfried of Katarina. I'm loath to admit it, but I've been had. Someone's swiped my armor. Did you happen to see it anywhere?
Alright, so I've been saying C word. I think it might be Siegvard. I think he's saying that W is a V. Anyways, another thing though, someone took his armor, it was Patches, and it is very likely implied that Patches also is the one who kicked him down this well. So now that we have his armor, we can actually continue his quest line. So A, you have to find him in the well. B, you have to have gotten his armor in time. Otherwise, this will disappear. I'm not sure exactly when this quest disappears. I just know that him being able to find him in this well definitely happens after the Deacons of the Deep. And that's the only time you can throw him his armor as far as I know. Again, that's just me knowing. But let's go ahead and continue his quest line.
Oh, my armor. My deepest gratitude. I, Siegfried of Katarina, salute you. With my trusty suit of armor, I'll be out of here in a jiffy. Until we meet again, comrade.
And we get the rejoice gesture, so even more gestures.
No need to worry about me with my trusty suit.
Alright, so that's all he's got for us. Let's go ahead and sample that rejoice gesture just because it's pretty badass. Actually, we'll put in Darkman Loyalty. Just why not? Oh yeah, we did it. We did all these NPC quest lines. Doing so many quest lines this episode. Alright, so we're heading over to Farron Keep to get an item that I missed, and then we'll try to see if I have time for the boss. Alright, so now that we are back at Farron Keep, if you guys recall, there was that one item that I missed, which would be the, well, I mean, it's not an item you would have seen. Some of you guys have been letting me know about it. Basically, what we want to do is draw out some guys over to that white birch tree that we saw before. So something I didn't realize. Remember how I was saying, like, oh, it'd be so cool if, because it was a white birch tree, we can, you know, have our giant friend helping us, which turns out is the case. You actually can have him help you, so really, really cool, and that's what we're going to do. Now, apparently you want to use it for the crab. That's what most people would want it for, but I'm going to see if we can use it on the big, giant other guys. So that is actually that's going to be my goal, is using it on these giant guys over here, who I didn't feel like dealing with before. So let's see if we can get the giant to help us out and go towards that white birch tree. Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, I'm smart. I'm gonna get you guys all at the same time. I have no idea how much these arrows are actually gonna hurt you guys for. But hey, you know, that's alright. Keep on following me. Keep on... Oh god, the crab's still there. I probably should have taken care of the crab first. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, come on. I'm by the tree. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Come on. Come on, giant. Oh no. Oh no, he's probably dead. I bet the giant's dead. Alright, so the giant at some point dies, and I don't know why or what triggers it, but he does. So I probably accidentally triggered him dying somehow. Oh, whoops. Ugh. I'm so bad at fighting these guys. Probably because I'm impatient. Oh, God! Oh, jeez! Oh, how did I survive? Okay, 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 come on. Come on. No, 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 no! I was poisoned! I don't know how I survived that last encounter, but I did, and now I'm mad. I'm gonna try and actually take these guys out without the arrows. Alright, guy. Let's try to be smart about it. Try to be smart about my dodges, be smart about my timing. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, that's one of them taken out. See that? Not even a thing. Yeah, so apparently one of these guys does have a drop. And that's what I'm trying to go for. Alright. Cool. I actually thought I wouldn't be able to activate only one of them at a time, but looks like I was, so lucky me. Alright, let's go for actually dodging this time. Now that's the way to play the game. I think he's only one more hit. Oh! Yeah, I knew he was only one more hit, so I kind of got greedy there. Oh, of course. Of course it's the last one who has the item I want. Also, why was I one-handing? That was a mistake. Anyways. No, no, no. Oh, I shouldn't have struck that a third time. Anyways. One more hit. You are gone. Let's get your item. We get Ferris's hat. So, let's take a look at it. Ferris's hat. Broad-brimmed leather hat traditionally used by master archers and especially favored by forest-dwelling hunters. The name Ferris is said to have once belonged to a hero, but is now more widely known as a style of hat, which actually relates to Dark Souls 2 lore, because Dark Souls 2 lore had that kind of similar. Alright, I'm gonna... the other bonfire, because, you know, we might go a little over, but I want to go ahead and fight this next boss here, so... see you guys shortly. See, what's hard is that it's always hard for me to tell when I do a lot of speed ups and cuts and such exactly how much time I have, because I always like to be around an hour, and according to my real time is I've just hit an hour, but I actually don't know how long it's been considering like all the speed ups and cuts I'm going to do. So really with these guys, you can have them fight people for you. I'm going to go ahead and just fight them this way, though, just to take them out on my own. These dark wraiths here. Oh, jeez. I thought he'd only have 2 more hits left for some reason. I don't know why I assumed that when it's pretty clear he had more health. We get a couple cracked red eye orbs. Oh, my God. All right. Where'd the other one go? Maybe he dropped down there by accident. Yeah, so normally the Dark Wraiths like walk up here and just start fighting these guys. Oh, I was invaded by Danny. Oh, yay. Okay, whoops. These guys really want to poison me, huh? Alright, where is Danny at? I'm actually not going to... normally I would just fight him, but since we're so low on time, I kind of do want to fight the boss, unless he's here. Which apparently he is, so... cool. Why don't you just be a POS, Danny? Alright, let's go this way. God, this is awful. This is awful. Actually, I just got a Seed of Giants. It would be really fun if I went ahead and used it and just completely confused them. Wouldn't it? I think it would. Alright, let's go ahead and try... See the Giants. Oh, God, I don't have time. All right. Do I have time? I don't know. I really want to use this Seed of Giants so badly since I have it. Did it work? Did it work? I don't know. Only time will tell with this guy right here. Who are you going to attack, buddy? All right, here we go. I know I'm being like a jerk by just like healing up all the time, but I really just want to parry so bad. Come on, man. Come on, me. This is so sad. Alright, one more chance. One more chance. That felt like I had it. That seriously felt like I had it to me. Cool. Nope. Can't seem to get it. I just can't seem to do it. So now I'll actually go for attacking him for real. It's funny because it's like I could have just done this from the get-go with him. But I didn't. Alright. I wonder if the Seed of Giants ended up working or not, because I could also use that if it did work. But I have no idea. Oh, Danny, kind of... Nope. I like how, like, so many people assume that that's going to be hard to dodge. It's like, all I have to do is, like, easily roll. Okay, you're just going to run. Oh, shoot. Oh, jeez. That actually got me. Tripped me up, because I thought it was actually going to be going further. Oh, the Seed of Giants didn't work. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's such crap. Man, that's awful. I'm actually really mad that Seed of Giants didn't work. Man, come on. That's so crap. Okay. Where is he at now? Oh! Alright. Fair enough. So I checked my inventory and I can confirm that the Seed of Giants did not get used and I still have it in my inventory. So if I get invaded again, I can still play around with that and hopefully do a slightly better job at parrying. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going to mess with the Dark Wraiths right now, because I'll just let them mess with these Grews. These are called Grews. Oh yeah, last episode I accidentally... those bird guys are called Corvians, and these are Grews. And I accidentally called the Corvians Grews in the last episode when I was talking about what the statues that were transforming looked like to me. I meant to say Corvians, I said Grews. So yeah, apparently these are the Grews. These are the Grews. So, anyways, let's just go ahead and go into our chamber right here. Are you guys gonna notice? Nope. As I look into my skull. Why, what's in here? I wonder. We've done it. We found the Abyss Watchers. It is a thing done. Oops. I was going to try to parry him. Nope. Today's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Where I just can't pull off any parries at all. I don't know if you can actually parry his smaller dagger. I know you can definitely parry his big sword, but I don't know about the small dagger. Anyways, it's about time that, yeah, his friend's gonna come. So, the Abyss Watchers are interesting in that, as you saw a couple of them fighting in the beginning, they're gonna, at the beginning of this fight, they're just gonna keep on respawning and fighting. And there's gonna be multiple ones, but only one main one. So, there's actually a third one that comes, and he's gonna fight on your side. So, you wanna kinda like, the best thing to do is wait for this guy who's gonna fight on your side. And then you can not get ganked by them. So that's kind of the idea, is I don't want to get ganked, so I'm waiting for the guy who's going to be on our side. And then, oh, I accidentally kicked him. Anyways, after I accidentally killed my friend, it's like I can't figure out which one's not my friend, even though it shows a health bar over the one who's my friend. Oh, whoops. I got greedy. I got super greedy there. Ah, come on. All right. So, that is the first wave of them. I recommend, like I said, once the second one spawns, wait for a third one to spawn, so at least one of them gets distracted, and you can take advantage of that so you're not getting ganked by two. But once you kill the main one, this happens where all their souls seem to go into that one main one and make him way more powerful. So that's what we're about to have to deal with. So it's a two-parter boss here. Also puts his sword on fire. So if you don't notice, yeah, he just became embered. So that is what just happened by all the souls going into him, is he is now embered like us. Which makes sense, as they are a Lord of Cinder, so all their souls together would seem to create one singular embered being. I'm not as good at dodging this guy's parrying this guy's attacks, but it can be done. Which I should probably go for just to show it. Oh! You can also backstab this guy. Alright, I should probably be dodging towards him. Wow, that just brutalized me. Alright, oh! Bad timing on my dodges, really. Jeez, I'm just not doing good at all right now. This is actually really depressing to me that I'm doing so poor. I think I'm like early on all my dodges. I think that's what's going on. Also, I should be taking advantage of the fact that you do stun lock him if you hit him. Oh, look at that. Look at that missed parry. That was awful. Also, he's getting me with all this extra flame damage every time I mess up. So that time I didn't stun lock him. That was wonderful. Oh. All right, let's do this. Let's take care of this guy once and for all. Nope. Gotta be smarter about my dodges. Oh, I was hoping to get a backstab on that. Shouldn't have dodged that last one, though. I should have just tried to take him out. Yeah, I knew you were doing a sweeping attack. Alright, so that's my last Estus, so let's see if I can take him out. If I could get one backstab on him, that'd be really nice. Ah, there we go. Alright, now I can charge up an R2 and just, like, probably be done with him. Whew, man. Cut that one real close there. Really, really close. Cinders of a Lord, Soul of the Blood Wolf. And I believe that calls for a jump for joy, because that is one Lord of Cinder finished and taken out. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he dropped. Soul of the Blood of the Wolf. The blood was spread amongst the Abyss Watchers, and their souls are one with the soul of the Wolf Bloodmaster, which would seem to be Artorias of the Abyss. And if we go into the key items, we now have a Cinders of a Lord, which is their crown. Cinders of a Lord left by the Abyss Watchers. If the Lord will not return to their thrones themselves, let them return as cinders. The Watchers of the Abyss swore upon their shared wolf's blood, which also served as their mandate as lords. And there you have it, guys. So we'll talk a little bit more about Abyss Watchers next time. Check out some of the boss items that we can turn these bosses into and talk about that. And head into the next area, which would happen to be where it's a dead end. What? I don't even know. Where could it be? Where could it be? I'll see you guys next time. Later, guys. Where's my... Oh, that's probably what I accidentally switched out. I was like, where's my wave? Where's my wave at? All right. Later, guys. See you next time. Peace.